Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to share a lick with you I came up with that's going to help you incorporate some of that outside sound into your blues playing. So what we're going to do is we're going to superimpose a minor mode inside of our A minor pentatonic scale. And when we do this, we're pretty much just adding two notes to your standard minor pentatonic. So here's the 5 notes of your A minor pentatonic scale. And we're going to add in the minor second, and we're going to add in the major sixth. And when we have all 7 of these notes, this is going to give us the Phrygian sharp 6 scale. Now normally with Phrygian, every time I see a flat 2 I think Phrygian right away, but I also think flat 6. So this has a major 6, so you could view this a few different ways. You could call it Phrygian sharp 6, you could call it your Dorian flat 2, which is the second mode of your melodic minor, or you could just break it down to its most basic form and call it an A minor pentatonic scale and throw in 2 notes in there to help give an outside sound. So we're not going to go deep in the weeds with theory. All we're doing is playing over like a 1-chord A7 vamp, and we're just going to use this scale to connect blues licks together and just help kind of bend the listener's ear a little bit and make your playing a little bit more interesting and outside. Alright, so we're going to start out with a pretty stock pentatonic lick, but we're going to try to make it sound a little more cool by just playing it with some different techniques added in. We're going to hybrid pick it, and then we're going to rake the notes in between the little changes here. So we start out. We're going to slide in 7 to 8 on G, pick on G, middle finger on the high E string, slide in 7 to 8 on G and get 5 on E. Repeat this 4 times. After the 4th time, you hit that that A note on the 5th fret E string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my ring finger flat on the G, B, and E strings on the 8th fret. I'm going to rake it up with 1 upstroke, and then hit the 8th fret on the G. Go ahead and fret that when you get there. And then slide back to 7 on G and pull off to 5 on G. That throaty sound, right? And after you pull off the 5, pull off 7 to 5 on the D string. Alright, so you have. Alright, then we're going to repeat that same thing again from G to E. But this time, after we play it 3 times, the 4th time we're going to go up. The 4th time we're going to go up and slide from 6 to 7 on G. And then we're going to get the 8th fret on B. Now we're adding in our flat 5 here. After you hit that 8th fret on G, do the same rake, and then get 9 on the G, slide back to 7, pull off to 5. And then pull off 7 to 5 on D. Alright, so everything's the same except for that one little change where we go from 6 to 7. So your first intro you have. Okay, then we're going to walk it up. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to slide in 7 to 8 on G, get 5 on E. Then we're going to slide in 7 to 8 on B, and then get 9 on the E string. This is where we start our Phrygian pattern, okay? Slide in from 7 or 8 to 9 on G, and then get 8 on the E string. Okay, so we have. Then we're going to slide in 10 to 11 on B and get 12 on the high E string. Alright, and after you hit 12 on E, we're going to slide in. We're going to slide in from 10 to 12 on G. Or, I'm sorry, 11 to 12 on G. After you slide in 11 to 12 on G, get 10 on the E string, and then slide in 12 to 13 on B. Alright, so now it's a lot. So we have. Alright, so then we're going to finish it. We're going to go 12 to 13, slide in on B, then pull off 14 to 12, and get 15 on E. Alright, so far we have. Okay, then we get into what's the hardest part of this lick. We're going to do this descending bend sequence. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit a note, and basically we're going to hit the same note twice. but instead of hitting the same note twice, we're going to bend into it. So we're going to hit a note, go down a half step, and bend back into that note by bending up a half step into it, okay? So we're going to hit 15 on E, and then pop it with your finger, and then bend up a half step below it, back into it. So then bend up 14, a half step into 15. Alright, so after you bend up 14 from 15, then we're going to go down to 12, do the same thing, hit 12 on E, and then bend up 11. Okay, then we're going to go down to 10, and then bend up 9. Then we're going to go down to 8, hit that once. And then I'm going to hit 7, and then we're going to bend that up a little more gradually. Sometimes I hit the B string with it. And then hit 5 on E to 7 on B. Back to 5 on E. And then bend up 8 a whole step. Alright, so our whole lick we have. So it's a cool lick. It's a lot of fun to play. It's great practice for doing those little kind of half step bends, those micro bends. Those are the toughest kind to always play in tune. And it's just, you know, a good way to add some outside sound and kind of see how the Phrygian scale overlaps into your minor pentatonic scale. So that's everything. Have fun, practice slow. See you next time.